Hey, what's going on, Poké fans? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today's video will be looking at Coalossal, Sandaconda, Ninetales deck, standard format, Rebel Clash, plenty of new cards in this deck, and what is the most important thing. This is pretty much the deck list that you can actually play for the post rotation. There are not too many cards that are going to be rotated out. Only Escape Board and Diancie. So only 2 cards are going to be rotated from this deck list, which is really good. So let's see, actually even counter game, but you can also use Karate Bell, so not a big deal. What is so special about this deck? So the first thing, Coalossal with a tar generator that can use that ability and allow you to attach fire and fighting energy once per turn to one of your benched Pokemon. So if you have 2 Coalossals, actually you can use multiple tower generators and attach multiple energies per turn, which is really cool. On the other side, Sandaconda we can hit for, let's say, 30 with 1 energy card, and it can attach energy from discard pile to itself. Technically speaking, 30 is not too much, but it can actually help for the Sand Brat and for that second energy, so we can actually next turn have knockout against one of our opponent Pokemons. It reminds me of the Econs, but yeah, I don't like the art of this card. I don't like snakes, and this looks like a snake. Anyways, you can hit for 2 energies with a counter gain for 220, and that damage can be increased even more. It all depends if we have the Ants in play, so even Sand Eater can be increased up to 50, Sand Bread to 240, and with the Martial Art that damage can be increased for 280, technically speaking. Sand Bread can one-hit knockout Azation, ADP, Mewtwo and Mew, and many other cards, and that actually makes this card really strong with the combination of the NC and Coalossal and Martial Art. On the other side, there is also Ninetales with the 9-tailed Shapeshifter attack that says that you can choose one of your opponent's Pokemon attacks and use it as this attack, plus you can Flame Throw for 180 for 4 energies, but it's somehow here to be used for that 9-tailed Shapeshifter. Technically speaking, with the Ninetales we can also even use, let's say, GX attacks. So it's really cool in my opinion. There's also one Eldegoss for the Happy Match ability, so we can maybe sneak out that boss order from discard pile and take the knockout against something. The Ants, as I already mentioned, 4-1-4 line of the Rolycoly, Carkol and Coalossal, and 3 copies of Jirachi for the Stellar Wish. Stellar Wish, really important to keep the rare candy flow and much easier setup in my opinion. So 18 Pokemon, 30 trainer cards, 12 energies. Speaking about trainer cards, there is also 1 copy of Great Catcher. I already mentioned it, that it's very important to have Great Catcher, especially if we have more prize cards left than our opponent, so we can take the 3 prize card knockout versus ADP Azation matchup where we can simply grab the ADP and hit for 280. 4 copies of Quick Ball for the Pokemon search, and that's going to be the only way to search our Pokemons. With this card, 4 copies of Rare Candy. There is also 1 copy of Reset Stamp, so we can stamp our opponent hand potentially down to 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, depends on how many prize cards they have left. 4 copies of Switch. Really help us to switch Coalossal if it's stuck in the front, maybe even Ninetales or that Sandaconda, because they all have 2-3 retreat cost, maybe even 4 if there's the Absol, but even Jirachi needs to be switched somehow without Escape Board, so that's the reason why. 1 copy of Giant Hearth, so we can actually find the energies, get ourselves the way to discard some energies and grab more energy cards. I decided to go with 1 Giant Hearth, but I might just decide to swap it with the let's say Viridian Forest, but somehow in many matchups, if we play against decks that can't use fire energies, Giant Hearth can actually be very useful. 2 Martial Art Dojos for extra damage that can be done to our opponent Pokemons in play. 2 copies of Boss Orders, let's say old Lysander, let's say Pokemon Catcher without flip, just in supporter shape. Really cool. art right here, and those Team Rocket minions in the background. I kind of like those cards, Team Rocket stuff, since I was a kid. Also, one copy of Guzma and Hala, so we can have much more easier way to find special energy tool and let's say stadium cards. Sometimes that can be very important. Why? Because if we have more prize cards left than our opponent, we can grab weakness guard energy, we can grab, let's say, martial art dojo and counter gain, and in that case we can actually hit our opponent heavily, let's say with Sandaconda. Plus we can also protect either way Ninetales or Sandaconda from the weakness if it's necessary. The reason why I decided to go with it, because I don't know, maybe if you play against grass Pokemons, you can protect yourself from the one-hit knock. The same thing can be applied for Ninetales against water decks. Is it necessary? I will definitely say it's not, but it's good add-on, definitely. 4 Marnies, 4 Professor Research for the Pokemon for the draw support, 1 counter gain, and 1 escape board as a tool, and then 12 energies, 2 weakness guard, 3 fire, and 7 regular fighting energies. And this is the deck list that I will use in today's video. So make sure to hit thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos if you already didn't. Let me also know in the comments below what you think about this deck list. This is going to be the short video because it's really late and I need to go to work early in the morning, and yeah, so yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy watching this video. So yeah, let's see how this deck will work in action. So see you in the game. And so just before I went to sleep, I decided to record one video with the latest Rebel Clash cards, of course. It is a Sandaconda V featuring Ninetales V. Kind of interesting deck list, interesting approach to the deck list as well. And we shall see how good this deck really can be. I have 2 copies of Quick Ball plus Switch, so something tells me that I might just go for Jirachi turn 1 and some sort of Marnie play. So as long as you have less price cards than your opponent with the Sandbrat, technically you can hit for like 280 as long as there is Diancie in play and as long as you have, you know, Stadium card in play. So Zacian just ended turn for my opponent, pretty much nothing for him. I'm gonna play Quick Ball for 1 Jirachi, gonna set down Jirachi. I will also use the Switch and advantage of my Quick Ball. One thing is for sure, I will need Ninetales so I can counter Zacian. And I'm gonna Marty my opponent hand down to 4. Okay, very nice. Energy to be attached to the Ninetales. And I'm good to go with a Stellar Wish. There is just a Switch. I might go with another Quick Ball and Jirachi play. And that might not be a bad idea at all. So let's see if we can find support a card for the following turn. Yep, but just the boss order, not the card that I really want to have. So I'm just gonna end the turn. If I draw into research, I can just, you know, discard my boss order, and that's not the plan. Boss order is better to have for later in the game where you already have bench set up and ready to strike. So at least I can have Rare Candy into Coalossal. The only thing that I will need will be some type of the draw support, so hopefully I can find something like Marnie or maybe something else with my Jirachi. So there is a Quick Ball for that fire energy that's been discarded. Oh, it is a baby Blacephalon. Alright, I really hate to play against one prize decks. It is really hard to beat them. But at least Jirachi is under the sleep condition without escape board or switch. My opponent won't be able to retreat anyways. But yeah, playing against Blacephalon might be really painful, and there's the Absol, so I already wasted 2 copies of Switch, so not gonna be easy for me to retreat my Jirachi. at least I buy myself a turn. There's just another Ninetales V as the top deck. Let's see what you can find with the Stellar Wish. Just the boss order. Yeah, something tells me that this boss order really likes me. I'm gonna grab the Zacian V in the front and pass the turn. That's gonna be it. I know I waste the boss order for nothing. There's not too many things that I can do, so I rather have Zacian in the front instead of the Blacephalon. Plus I forced my opponent to use the switch, so he wastes one switch. I'm good with that, because he will need to find himself a Escape Board or another switch in order to attack this turn. As long as I can force my opponent to waste a lot of resources, I'm good with that. So there is the Blacephalon number 2 plus the Welder. My opponent already managed to set up pretty decent. I just hope he won't be able to take the first knockout in the game, but that's just not going to be the case. Maybe he decided to go with the Blazer, but obviously Fireball Circuit is more optional right now. I don't have energies, and I can't do too much. Let's see, Stellar Wish into Research. There we go. So I'm good to go with the Research. I'm just thinking about putting another Ninetales in play. Yeah, not gonna need Ninetales. I think I'm gonna be forced to attack with my Sandaconda V. At least it looks like. I already played my Stellar Wish. That's pretty messy. I even helped my opponent there with that Giant Hearth play. So for now, energy attachment and one Thar generator to be used. And that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna lose this game. I'm very close to lose this game. I mean, I'm losing Jirachi. I don't have drop ability for the next turn. However, at least I can knock the Blacephalon out with the effect of the Sand Breath. But in addition to that, I don't know. There's the Ultra Space, so we won't have Giant Hearth until the end of the game probably anymore. But I'm wondering why my opponent didn't want to search the deck for more Fire Energies. Not quite sure. There's the Welder number 2. Well, one thing is for sure, next turn I can knock the Blacephalon out, and then probably my opponent can knock my Sandaconda V back. Hopefully he don't have Boss Order. Yeah, he can't play Boss Order, he already used Welder. Never mind for that. So, I can probably, if I have Fighting Energy, I can even attack this turn with the Ninetales. But I can force my opponent to discard 5 energies instead of the 4. So there's the counter gain, there's the martial art, there's the energy attachment, there's a Thar generator, and I can go with energy attachment to the Ninetales. And I'm good to go with the Sand Breath. So it should be enough for the knockout. And I'm losing 2 energies, but I'm only taking 1 prize card, and it is another Rare Candy. Alright. Okay, so right now, at least, I have Martial Art, and my opponent don't have an option to take another Blacephalon with the Stadium, which is a good thing. There's a Beastbringer, nothing too special, and another Escape Board. He definitely wants to thin out his deck as much as possible, and unfortunately he took the heads on the coin flip for another Stadium. So that Heat Factory is a very nice Stadium card, but he's very limited with the energy cards, already 8 in the discard pile, and right now in order to knock my Sandaconda, my opponent needs to find 5 energy cards. because Blacephalon hits for 50 for each energy discarded. So he needs to find 5 energy cards, which is really high amount of the energies. His hand is huge, no question about it. There is the first Fire Crystal, and that's 3 energies back to hand, but also he needs to prepare another Blacephalon for the next turn. There's energy retrieval, so he have 5 energy cards. That's for sure. There's 5 energies in my opponent's hand, and that should be enough for the knockout. Alright, but anything more than that, and there's another energy retrieval. Yeah, so yeah, energy attachment from hand and Fireball Circus. Yeah, a lot of resources waste this turn, but still, I'm good to go with the Ninetales. I just need to find a way to get something as... Wait, did he took 3 prize cards right now? I didn't follow that. I think he didn't. What did my opponent knocked out? He knocked out 2 Jirachis, yeah, and the Ninetales. Alright. And actually Sandaconda, not the Ninetales. Okay, that's okay. I will discard 1 fire energy. And I'm gonna take 1 prize card, and that's probably it. I think it is. So there's another fighting energy card. I hope my opponent won't be able to hit the welder. But he have good odds to find a welder. And the good thing is that he only have 1 Blacephalon. This is the last Blacephalon. If I can somehow boss order him next turn, that will be awesome thing. But there's the Heat Factory, so he definitely want to wait 1 turn with the Heat Factory, so I don't discard it. And there is a Stellar Wish. So with the Heat Factory, my opponent can and even worse, there's the welder. So there's way too many cards in my opponent's hand, and I really don't think that I will be able to avoid the knockout. He just needs 1 energy, and let's say Fire Crystal works for him. Fire Crystal works for him, definitely. What else works for my opponent? Yeah, Fire Crystal 1 energy, or let's say, Fire Flint. So yeah, he can even use Fire Flint, search the deck for 4 energies, grab them. So there are only 2 of them. Wow, interesting. Still energy retrieval, Fire Crystal is there, so that's the knockout. Yeah, I mean, Babe Blacephalon, really hard to play against it, but never mind. We actually did a good job. Well played. We showed up the new Ninetales deck that in theory it can actually be used. So yeah, really hard to play versus 1 prize attacking decks that can actually 1-hit knockout easily, like Blacephalon. So that is the GG, and that should be it for today's video. Really short video. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and sub the channel for more videos. Hopefully enjoy watching it. Yeah, stay tuned for more videos. We'll see you next time. As always, have a nice day, and we'll see you next time.